The thing about revenge is that it tastes better when served on Aunt Linda's favourite Christmas china. I would know. I'm eating my third slice of pecan pie from it right now, watching her face twist into that familiar grimace of disapproval from across the living room. My name is Sienna, and I'm what my family loves to call the disappointment. You know, the one who wastes time on the internet all day while my perfect cousin Sarah teaches 4th grade and raises 2 Instagram-worthy children. Sienna, darling, Aunt Linda's voice cuts through the holiday music, sharp as a knife. Still doing that little blogging thing of yours? I take another deliberate bite of pie. Something like that. Well, thank goodness Sarah was able to get you those freelance projects last spring, she continues, loud enough for everyone to hear. At least you're making some money now. The room grows quiet, waiting for my response. My mother Charlotte pretends to adjust the Christmas tree ornaments, while my sister Reese suddenly becomes fascinated with her phone. They've perfected the art of looking busy during these moments. Actually, Sarah chimes in, bouncing her youngest on her knee, Avery's firm might have some social media work available. Nothing major, but it could help you build a real portfolio. I catch Avery flinching slightly at the mention of his name. Interesting. That's so thoughtful of you, Sarah, Aunt Linda beams, always looking out for others. Unlike some people who can't even be bothered to bring a proper dish to Christmas dinner. I glance at my store-bought pie on the counter, then back at my aunt. The pie seemed appropriate, considering. Considering what, dear? Considering it's my house. The silence that follows is delicious. Better than the pie, even. What do you mean, your house? Sarah's perfect posture suddenly stiffens. I reach into my bag and pull out a folder. I mean, I bought this place 3 months ago when the bank was foreclosing on it. Cash offer. Aunt Linda's wine glass freezes halfway to her lips. That's impossible. This house has been in our family for 28 years, I finish for her, until the mortgage payment stopped being made. Funny how nobody mentioned that during last year's Christmas gathering. My mother finally turns from the tree. Sienna, if this is some kind of joke, the deed's right here, I say, sliding the papers across the coffee table. Along with the updated insurance policies and property tax statements, all in my name. Avery grabs the papers first, his lawyer eyes scanning quickly. His face goes pale. She's telling the truth. But how? Reese finally looks up from her phone. That little blogging thing of mine? I stand up, collecting empty plates because apparently being the owner doesn't excuse you from cleanup duty. It pays better than you'd think. The room erupts into chaos. Sarah's crying. Aunt Linda's demanding explanations. My mother's trying to mediate. But I just keep clearing dishes, humming Silent Night under my breath. You can't just... What gives you the right? Aunt Linda sputters. I pause at the kitchen doorway. Actually, I can. And starting now, there are going to be some new house rules. Rules? Sarah scoffs. Who do you think you are? Someone who's tired of being your family's punching bag. I turn to face them all. Anyone who can't show basic respect won't be invited back. Simple as that. You wouldn't dare. Aunt Linda stands shaking. This house is for family. Exactly. I smile. And family doesn't spend years mocking someone's career choices while secretly begging for their professional favours. Right, Avery? He nearly drops his whiskey glass. What is she talking about? Sarah turns to her husband, but I'm already heading upstairs to my bedroom, the master suite, naturally. Let them stew in that for a while. After all, I've got a few more surprises planned for this holiday gathering. Behind me, I hear Yolanda, the ever-present family friend, whisper loudly to my mother. Did you know about any of this? No, they didn't know. They never bothered to ask. Too busy assuming I was failing to notice I was building an empire. Too occupied with Sarah's perfect life to see the cracks in her facade. Too convinced of their own superiority to realise they were dining, drinking and sleeping in a house I now owned, I close my bedroom door and pull out my phone. One new message from Flynn, my business partner. Did you do it? Just drop the first bomb, I text back. Wait until they find out about the envelope in the study addressed to Avery. I lay back on my bed in my house, and listen to the muffled arguments below. The best part? This is just the beginning. By New Year's, they'll wish all I'd done was buy their precious vacation home. Sometimes, revenge is a dish best served on fine china, with a side of real estate paperwork. Morning in my new mountain house brings the smell of coffee and tension. I find everyone gathered in the kitchen, speaking in hushed tones that stop abruptly when I enter. Aunt Linda's already dressed for the day, armour-like in her cashmere sweater set. Sleep well? I ask, reaching for a mug. The master suite has an amazing view. We need to discuss this situation, Aunt Linda says, gripping her own coffee cup like she might throw it. Properly? Like adults? Sure. I settle at the head of the table, my table now. Let's start with the new house rules. Sienna, my mother interrupts. Perhaps we should wait for everyone. I'm here, Sarah announces, dragging in with dark circles under her eyes. Avery trails behind her, looking like he hasn't slept at all. Perfect timing, I say. I was just about to explain how things will work going forward. You mean how you're going to blackmail us? Sarah snaps. I raise an eyebrow. Blackmail? I'm just setting boundaries. Unless there's something you're worried about me sharing. Avery suddenly develops an intense interest in his coffee. First rule, I continue. No more comments about my career choices. No more little blogging thing or playing on the internet. Second, no more volunteering me for freelance work I never asked for. Those were attempts to help you, Aunt Linda protests. Really? Like when you told the Wilsons I was desperate for work at Sarah's birthday party, or when you warned that marketing firm about my reliability issues. The colour drains from her face. How did you... I have screenshots. I pull out my phone. Would you like to see them? The timestamps are particularly interesting. Reese clears her throat. Sienna, maybe we should... Third rule, I press on. No more comparing me to Sarah. No more perfect cousin narrative. You're just jealous, Sarah bursts out. You've always been jealous of my normal, stable life. I laugh, and it sounds hollow even to me. Normal? Stable? Should we talk about what I found in the study last night? Avery's coffee cup clatters against its saucer. What did you find? My mother asks. Just an envelope? I reach into my pocket and pull it out. Addressed to Avery George from Sienna Inc. Limited. My company. Sarah turns to her husband. What is she talking about? It's nothing, Avery stammers. Just some old business correspondence. 2 rejected licensing requests, I correct him, and a cease and desist letter. Want to tell them why, or should I? The room goes still. Even Yolanda, who's been pretending to read a magazine in the corner, leans forward. Avery? Sarah's voice shakes. What did you do? He tried to steal one of my campaigns, I say when he remains silent. Twice. The second time he actually used it, just changed the colours and hoped nobody would notice. Want to guess how many zeros were in the settlement cheque his firm had to write? You're lying, Aunt Linda stands up. Sarah, she's lying. No, Avery whispers. She's not. Sarah pushes back from the table so hard her chair tips over. You told me that campaign was your idea. My school's entire fundraising strategy was based on it. I was desperate, he pleads. We were behind on the mortgage, and your mother kept pressuring us about having another baby. Behind on the mortgage? Aunt Linda interrupts. But you said... He lied, I cut in. Just like he lied about creating that campaign. Just like you all lie about how perfect everything is. My mother stands up slowly. Sienna, that's enough. No, it's not. I pull out my laptop. Want to see what my little blogging thing really looks like? My company's valuation? The brands I work with? I turn the screen around, showing them my company's homepage, the client list, the press features, the numbers. That's impossible, Aunt Linda whispers. That's what happens when you're actually good at what you do, I reply. Instead of just pretending. Sarah's crying now, mascara running. Avery's trying to touch her shoulder, but she keeps jerking away. My mother's frozen in place, staring at my laptop screen. Reese is texting frantically, probably warning her friends about the impending family meltdown. I will be in my office, I announce, standing up. You know, the room where I found evidence of Avery's plagiarism. Feel free to process this however you need to. Just remember, my house, my rules. As I leave, I hear Yolanda's stage whisper. Did anyone else know she was some kind of millionaire? I smile as I climb the stairs. Let them stew in that revelation for a while. I've got a few more bombs to drop before this holiday's over. Opening the office door, I spot something new on the desk. A USB drive I definitely didn't leave there. The label reads, For Sienna, thought you should know what else they've been hiding. Well, isn't this turning out to be an interesting Christmas after all? The USB drive sits heavy in my palm as my office door creaks open. It's Reese, looking like she's about to attend a funeral rather than continue our family Christmas. Can we talk? She asks, closing the door behind her. Depends. Are you here as my sister or Sarah's spy? She winces. That's not fair. Neither was watching everyone treat me like garbage for years while you stayed silent. I pocket the USB drive. But, sure, let's talk. You need to tone this down, she says, perching on the edge of my desk. Mum's having a breakdown downstairs, Sarah's threatening legal action, and Aunt Linda is finally getting what she deserves, is calling her lawyer. Reese runs a hand through her hair. This isn't you, Sienna, all this revenge stuff. A knock interrupts us. It's Avery, looking like he aged 10 years overnight. Can I have a moment? He asks. No, Reese answers. Yes, I counter. Reese, give us the room. She leaves reluctantly, shooting me a warning look. Avery closes the door and remains standing, like a student in the principal's office. I can explain about the campaign, he starts. Save it. I have the email trail showing exactly how you stole my work. You don't understand. Sarah's job. We'll be fine, I cut him off. Unless you keep lying. Then I'll have to show the school board everything. His facade cracks. Please. We have kids. Should have thought about that before committing intellectual property theft. I lean back in my chair. Twice. My phone buzzes. A text from Flynn. Your tweet about family secrets is trending. Want me to amplify? No, I text back. Not yet. What do you want? Avery asks. Money. I laugh. I have money. What I want is for everyone to stop pretending, starting with you. Meaning? Tell Sarah the truth about everything. I tap my computer screen, including the other licensing requests your firm made, the ones in March, May, September. He pales. How did you? I own the company you've been desperately trying to work with. Did you really think I wouldn't notice? A commotion downstairs interrupts us. Raised voices, something shattering. We both rush to the door. In the living room, Sarah stands amid broken china. Aunt Linda's precious Christmas plates scattered across the floor. How long have you known? She's screaming at my mother. How long have you all been lying to me? Known what? I ask, descending the stairs. About her perfect daughter's perfect marriage. Yolanda pipes up from her corner. I just showed her the photos. My stomach drops. The USB drive suddenly feels like it's burning a hole in my pocket. What photos? Avery demands. Sarah whirls on him. Don't pretend you don't know. The receipts, the hotel bookings, the other woman. That's enough, Aunt Linda shouts. Sarah, darling, You're upset. Upset. You knew my husband was cheating and said nothing, all while criticizing Sienna for being single. I catch Yolanda's eye. She gives me a slight nod. So, that's who left the USB drive. I was trying to protect you, Aunt Linda pleads. Like you protected me? I step into the chaos. By sabotaging my business connections, by spreading rumors about my work ethic. I never save it. I pull out my phone. Flynn, remember that email Linda sent trying to tank our Johnson contract? Send it to my personal email, now. Sienna, Reese warns, don't. Why not? Isn't it time everyone saw the truth? About Sarah's perfect marriage? About Aunt Linda's interference? About all of it? My mother steps forward. Please, we can discuss this privately. Like you discussed my future privately? Making decisions about my career, my life, all behind my back? I did what I thought was best, she whispers. Best for who? I demand. Best for Sarah? For Aunt Linda? It certainly wasn't best for me. My phone chimes with Flynn's email. The room holds its breath as I open it. Shall I read it out loud? I ask. Dear Mr. Johnson, I feel compelled to warn you about my niece's company. Stop, Aunt Linda begs. Why? Isn't this what family does? Share everything? Or does that only apply when you're sharing my failures? Sarah's still crying, Avery's frozen in place, and my mother looks like she might faint. Only Yolanda seems calm, watching it all unfold like her favourite soap opera. Check your phones, I announce. I just shared access to a drive containing everything. Every email, every rumour, every lie. Read it all. Then we'll talk about who deserves protection. As notifications start pinging around the room, I head back upstairs. Behind me, I hear Reese ask quietly, What have you done? What have I done? I've finally turned the tables. Now they all get to feel what it's like to have their secrets exposed, their lives dissected, their failures displayed. The question is, what will they do about it? The afternoon sun casts long shadows through the house as everyone retreats to separate corners to digest the revelations. I'm in the kitchen when Sarah finds me, her eyes red but her spine straight. We need to talk, she says, closing the door behind her. About your husband's plagiarism or his affair? About how you're destroying this family. She sits across from me. Please, Sienna, if you ever cared about any of us. That's rich coming from you. I pour myself a coffee. Want to talk about Christmas 2009? What? When you got that full scholarship to grad school and I got re-gifted bath products. That was years ago. Or last Thanksgiving when you told everyone my business was cute while your husband was secretly begging my company for contracts. She flinches. I didn't know about that. You didn't know a lot of things, did you? Too busy being perfect. Is that what this is about? She leans forward. Revenge because I had the life you wanted? I laugh so hard I nearly spill my coffee. The life I wanted? Sarah, I make more money in a month than you and Avery see in a year. I have offices in 3 cities. I work with brands you can't afford to shop at. Then why all this? She gestures around. Why buy this house? Why expose everything? Because you all needed to learn. The kitchen door bursts open. It's Avery, waving his phone. You leaked it? You actually leaked it? Leaked what? Sarah asks. The plagiarism story. It's all over Twitter. The school board is calling emergency meetings. I check my phone. Sure enough, shows Avery Gate plagiarism is trending locally. But I didn't leak it. That wasn't me, I say. Liar, he shouts. Who else would Masu? I did it, Yolanda announces from the doorway. Someone had to. Sarah stands so quickly, her chair falls backward. You? But you're my mother's best friend. I'm also on the school board, Yolanda replies calmly, and we take academic integrity very seriously. My phone buzzes. A text from Flynn. Someone's trying to access our servers from inside the house. I look up sharply. Where's Reese? In her room. Why? Sarah asks. But I'm already moving, taking the stairs 2 at a time. I find my sister hunched over her laptop, fingers flying across the keyboard. Looking for something? I ask from the doorway. She jumps, slamming the laptop shut. I was just trying to hack my company's servers. Again? Her face crumples. I had to know if you had dirt on me too. You mean, besides the fact that you told Aunt Linda about my company years ago? That you helped her sabotage my deals? I was trying to help. She stands up. I thought if they knew how successful you were, they'd finally accept you. No, I step closer. You thought if you helped Sarah get influencer connections through my company, they'd finally notice you too. The truth hits her like a slap. Tears well up in her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispers. Save it. I hold out my hand. Give me the laptop. She hands it over just as shouting erupts from downstairs. We rush down to find Aunt Linda facing off with Yolanda in the living room. How dare you? Linda screams. After everything I've done for you. You mean after everything I've covered up for you? Yolanda fires back. The embezzlement from the PTA? The affair with the principal that got Sarah her job? The room goes deadly quiet. What? Sarah's voice is barely audible. Oh, yes, Yolanda continues. Your perfect teaching position. Your mother slept with Principal Roberts to secure it, right after Avery's plagiarism nearly cost you the interview. My mother sinks onto the couch. Linda, tell me you didn't... But Aunt Linda's face says it all. That's why you pushed so hard for me to take that job, Sarah realizes. Why you insisted I stay, even when I wanted to quit. You weren't protecting me. You were protecting yourself. Everything I did was for you, Linda protests. No, I interrupt. Everything you did was for your reputation. Sarah was just your prop. Like you're any better? Reese challenges from behind me. Look what you're doing to all of us. I'm showing you the truth. All of it. No more perfect family fantasy. My phone buzzes again. Flynn sent a link to a viral post. Tech CEO exposes family's web of lies in holiday showdown. It's going viral, I announce. All of it. The plagiarism, the affairs, the lies. Welcome to transparency, everyone. Aunt Linda collapses into a chair. Sarah's staring at her mother like she's never seen her before. Avery's already on the phone with what sounds like his lawyer. And me? I'm finally seeing my family clearly for the first time. The question is, what do I do with them now? The house feels like a war zone. Sarah's locked herself in her room. Avery's pacing the porch, having intense phone conversations with his law firm. Aunt Linda's disappeared entirely, and I'm in my office watching my revenge go viral. A soft knock at the door. Sienna? It's my mother. Come to defend Aunt Linda some more. She enters anyway, looking older than I've ever seen her. No, I came to tell you something I should have said years ago. Save it. I'm not interested in... I was wrong. She sits down heavily. About everything. About you. I keep my eyes on my laptop screen. Bit late for that, isn't it? Do you remember when you were 12? She asks. When you built that website for your father's restaurant? The one that crashed and lost all his reservations? I scoff. How could I forget? You didn't let me touch a computer for months after. It didn't crash, she says quietly. Linda sabotaged it. My fingers freeze over the keyboard. What? She hired someone to hack it. She said it was for your own good. That you needed to learn computers weren't a real career. The room spins slightly. And you let her? I was weak, she admits. After your father left, Linda became our safety net. She paid our bills, got you and Reese into good schools. I felt obligated. So you sacrificed me to keep her happy? I sacrificed everything to keep her happy. My mother's voice cracks, including my own daughter's trust. My phone buzzes. Another text from Flynn. Someone leaked your old website designs, the ones from when you were a kid. They're incredible. Twitter's going crazy. That was you? I look at my mother. She nods. I kept everything. Every website, every design. I was proud, even when I couldn't show it. Before I can respond, Reese bursts in. You need to see this. She holds up her phone. It's a Twitter thread from Aunt Linda, attempting damage control. My niece's accusations are false. She's always been jealous of her cousin's success. Keep reading, Reese urges. I scroll down. Linda's trying to paint me as unstable, claiming I'm having a breakdown. But the responses are not what she expected. Wait, isn't this the woman who sabotaged her niece's childhood business? Found the aunt's old emails to my company. She tried to blacklist a literal child. Someone archived this before she deletes. It's backfiring, Reese explains. People are digging up everything. The PTA scandal, the school board corruption, all of it. My mother stands up. I need to talk to Linda. No, I grab her arm. Let her dig her own grave. Another commotion downstairs. This time it's Sarah, finally emerged from her room. We find her in the living room, facing off with Yolanda. Tell me everything, Sarah demands. Every lie, every scheme. I want to know all of it. Yolanda settles into her chair like a queen about to hold court. Where should I start? Your mother's affairs? The rigged school board elections? Or maybe how she convinced your cousin's biggest client to drop her 3 years ago? That was her. I step forward. The Maxwell account? Why do you think they suddenly pulled out after nearly signing? Linda told them you were under federal investigation. The room spins again. That account would have made my company's reputation years earlier. Instead, I had to build everything from scratch, client by client. I knew it, Reese whispers. I saw her making those calls, but she said she was helping you network. Sarah sinks onto the couch. My whole life is built on lies. Not lies, Aunt Linda announces from the doorway. Protection. Everything I did was to protect this family. By destroying mine, I turn to face her. By sabotaging my career, my childhood dreams. You were going to fail, she shouts. Just like your father, I had to make sure at least one of you succeeded. I did succeed. I step closer. Despite you, despite everything you did to stop me. And now you're ruining everything out of spite. No, my mother interrupts. You ruined everything. With your lies, your manipulation, your need to control everyone. Linda's face contorts. After everything I've done for you. You mean to us. Sarah stands up. Everything you've done to us. My phone buzzes again. Flynn sent another message. Your childhood website designs are trending. People are calling you a prodigy. Want me to release the Maxwell emails? I look at Aunt Linda, at her crumbling facade of superiority, at Sarah finally seeing her mother clearly, at my own mother, decades of compliance giving way to clarity. No, I text back. I don't need to release anything else. They're doing it themselves. Because that's the thing about lies. Once you start unraveling them, they don't stop until everything's exposed. And watching Aunt Linda's carefully constructed world collapse around her is better than any revenge I could have planned. So, I address the room. Who wants to tell the truth first? The next morning, I wake to my phone exploding with notifications. Overnight, someone leaked the full email exchange between Aunt Linda and the Maxwell account. The internet is having a field day. Did you do this? I text Flynn. Wasn't me, he replies. Check your sister's Instagram. Reese has posted a lengthy statement, complete with screenshots. For years, I watched my aunt destroy my sister's career opportunities. Time to set the record straight. A knock at my door. It's Sarah, looking like she hasn't slept. Your story is trending on LinkedIn, she says, entering without waiting for permission. The school board is reviewing my position. Worried about losing your perfect job? I already quit. She sits on the edge of my bed. Called them this morning. Told them everything about how I got the position. I wasn't expecting that. Why? Because I'm tired of living a lie. She runs her hands through her unwashed hair. Did you know I hate teaching? I've hated it for years, but Linda said it was perfect for you. I finish. Everything in my life was what she said was perfect for me. Sarah laughs bitterly. Perfect job, perfect husband, perfect kids, perfect prison. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a news alert. Tech CEO exposes family's web of deception. Full story inside. They want to interview me, I tell Sarah. Do it, she says immediately. Tell everything. Even about Avery? Especially about Avery. Her voice hardens. He's downstairs right now, trying to convince Mum to help pay for a PR firm. As if on cue, raised voices float up from below. We head downstairs to find Avery and Aunt Linda facing off in the kitchen. You promised to handle this, he's shouting. You said if I took that job, played the perfect husband. Keep your voice down, Linda hisses, then spots us. Girls, we were just discussing more lies, I ask pleasantly. Please, don't stop on our account. What job? Sarah demands. What are you talking about? Avery deflates. The teaching position wasn't the only thing your mother arranged. My partnership at the firm, she owns shares in the company. Had to make sure Sarah had the right kind of husband, I say. Isn't that right, Aunt Linda? I did what was necessary, she starts, but Sarah cuts her off. Necessary? Was it necessary to make me marry someone who doesn't love me, to force me into a career I hate, to destroy Sienna's chances at success? I built you a perfect life. You built a house of cards, I correct her, and now it's falling down. My phone rings. It's Flynn. The morning shows want you, he says when I answer. All of them. Your story's going nuclear. Book them all, I say, putting the phone on speaker. Every single one. Sienna, my mother calls from the doorway. Don't do this. Why not? Afraid people will learn what really happened to Dad's restaurant. How you chose Linda's money over your own family. That's not... She stops, takes a breath. You're right. I did choose wrong. But this public destruction is exactly what they deserve. Yolanda appears behind her. Let her tell the truth, Charlotte. God knows someone needs to. My phone keeps buzzing with notifications. The story's spreading faster than wildfire. Family Gate is trending. People are sharing their own stories of family betrayal and manipulation. I'm going on air, I announce to the room. I'm going to tell everything. The sabotage, the lies, the manipulation, every single detail. You'll destroy us, Aunt Linda whispers. No, Sarah steps forward. You destroyed us. Sienna's just exposing the wreckage. Avery starts to speak, but Sarah holds up a hand. Save it for your lawyers. I'll have divorce papers drawn up by tomorrow. Sarah? Linda reaches for her daughter. Don't touch me. Sarah backs away. I'm done being your perfect puppet. I check my phone again. Flynn's sent over a preliminary interview schedule. Good Morning America, The Today Show. Even Forbes wants a statement. Last chance, I tell them all. Anyone want to come clean before I do it for you? The silence is deafening. Right then. I head for the stairs. I have some interviews to prepare for. Oh, and Aunt Linda, you might want to call your lawyer. The Maxwell Corporation is considering legal action for defamation. You wouldn't, she gasps. I wouldn't, I agree. But they would. Funny how karma works, isn't it? As I climb the stairs, I hear Sarah following me. I want to go on air with you, she says. Tell my side of the story. I turn to look at her. Really look at her. For the first time, I don't see my perfect cousin. I see another victim of Aunt Linda's manipulation. Okay, I say. Let's burn it all down together. Behind us, I hear Aunt Linda start to cry, but this time her tears won't change anything. The truth is already out there, spreading like wildfire, and no amount of perfect family pretense can put it back in its box. Sometimes revenge isn't about what you do. It's about letting people's own actions speak for themselves. The makeup artist dabs powder on my face as the Good Morning America producer counts down in my earpiece. Sarah sits beside me, looking simultaneously terrified and determined. We're doing this interview from my home office. My choice. Let them all see where I built my empire. 3, 2, 1. We're here with Sienna, CEO of Sienna Inc., and her cousin Sarah, whose story of family manipulation and corporate sabotage has taken social media by storm. The host begins. Ladies, thank you for joining us. Thank you for having us, I reply smoothly. Sienna, let's start with the Bombshell revelation about your aunt's interference with the Maxwell account. How did you discover this? Before I can answer, commotion erupts downstairs. Through my earpiece, I hear the producer. Keep going, we're live. The truth is, I begin, but the office door bursts open. Stop! The interview! Aunt Linda charges in, looking wild-eyed. The cameras swivel to capture her entrance. I have something to say. The host's voice crackles in my earpiece. This is ratings gold. Let her speak. You've said enough. Sarah stands. For years, you've said enough for all of us. No, Linda's voice breaks. I haven't said what matters, what's true. The cameras are rolling. Millions are watching. My phone vibrates. Flynn texting. Holy shit. Is this happening live? Go ahead, I gesture to Linda. Tell the truth. All of it. America's watching. She seems to notice the cameras for the first time. Her perfect facade cracks completely. I was jealous, she whispers. What? Sarah steps closer. Of Sienna, of her talent, her drive. Linda sinks into a chair. She was 12 years old and already more successful than I'd ever been. The host's voice comes through. Mrs. Linda, could you speak up for our viewers? I sabotaged her because I was afraid, Linda continues louder. Afraid she'd make Sarah look bad. Afraid she'd show everyone what a failure I was as a mother, as a businesswoman. The restaurant website, I prompt. Tell them about that. I paid someone to crash it. To destroy your father's business. Tears stream down her face. I told myself it was for your own good. That you needed to learn the real world would crush you. But really, I was crushing you before the world had a chance. Sarah's hands are shaking. And me? Was my whole life just another one of your control games? I needed you to be perfect, Linda pleads, because I never was. Your father, Avery, wasn't your father's first choice for you, but he was controllable, buyable. The producer's voice is practically giddy. This is better than any script we could have written. What about my mother? I ask. Why did you really help us after Dad left? Because I knew if you had nothing, you'd need me. All of you would need me. Linda looks directly into the camera. I built my whole life around being needed, being in control, and now everyone knows the truth. I finish. My phone keeps buzzing. Flynn's rapid-fire texts. Twitter's exploding. Your company stock is soaring. People are calling you a hero. I'm sorry, Linda says. I know it's too late, but I'm sorry. You're right, Sarah steps forward. It is too late for all of us. The host tries to regain control. Ladies, this is unprecedented television. Sienna, what happens now? I look at my aunt. Really, Lily, look at her. The powerful matriarch reduced to a crying mess on national television. The puppet master with her strings finally cut. Now? I stand up. Now Aunt Linda leaves my house. Now Sarah lives her own life. Now everyone knows exactly who built what in this family. And the company, the host prompts, your success, is exactly what she tried to prevent. I face the camera. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destroying someone, it's succeeding despite them. Cut to commercial, I hear through the earpiece. This is incredible. As the red lights on the cameras dim, Linda crumples further. What have I done? Exactly what you've always done, Sarah answers. Only this time everyone was watching. My phone rings, it's Flynn. You're trending worldwide, he says when I answer. The TED Women organisers want to move your keynote to the opening slot, and the Maxwell Corporation wants to publicly announce a partnership. Take it all, I tell him. Every offer, every interview. Sienna, my mother appears in the doorway. There's something else you need to know. About your father. The producer signals they're about to go live again. Save it, I tell her. Whatever it is, let's put it all on record. No more family secrets. The camera's red lights blink back on. Millions are watching. My aunt is crying. My cousin stands tall beside me. And I'm finally telling my story. Our story, exactly the way it happened. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just exposing the truth. It's making sure everyone has to face it. Live on national television. The Mountain House feels different in the evening quiet. No more shouting, no more cameras, no more revelations. Just the soft sound of snow falling outside my office window. My phone lights up. Another message from Flynn. Final viewer numbers are in. 12 million watched live. Your follower count tripled. You broke the internet. A soft knock at the door. It's Sarah, carrying 2 mugs of coffee. Thought you might need this, she says, handing me one. It's been a day. That's an understatement. I gesture to the chair across from me. How are you holding up? Better than Mum. She settles in. She's checking into a wellness centre tomorrow. Dad's handling the arrangements. And Avery? His firm asked for his resignation an hour ago. She sips her coffee. Turns out they don't like partners who steal intellectual property. Who knew? My laptop pings with a new email. The Maxwell Corporation's official partnership announcement. 7 figures. Everything I would have had years ago if Aunt Linda hadn't interfered. I enrolled in art school, Sarah says suddenly. I look up. What? Online courses starting next week. It's what I always wanted to do before... She trails off. Before Mum decided teaching was more respectable. Good for you. I mean it, Sienna. She leans forward. Thank you for burning it all down, for making me face the truth. Another knock. This time it's my mother looking uncertain in the doorway. Can I come in? She asks. There's something you both need to hear. About your father, Sienna, and about Sarah's. Sarah stiffens. What about my father? They were business partners, my mother says, sitting down heavily. Before Linda interfered, they were going to open a restaurant chain together. Until Aunt Linda crashed the website, I finish. No. My mother takes a deep breath. Until Linda told your father that Sarah's dad was embezzling funds, it wasn't true, but by the time we discovered that Dad had already left, I whisper. And my father had a breakdown, Sarah adds. I always wondered why he moved abroad so suddenly. Linda orchestrated all of it, my mother continues, to keep control, to keep us dependent on her. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a text from Yolanda. Linda's asking to see you, both of you. Should I let her up? I look at Sarah. She nods. Send her up, I text back. Aunt Linda appears minutes later, looking smaller somehow. Deflated. I saw the partnership announcement, she says. The Maxwell deal, congratulations. Is that why you're here? I ask. To congratulate me on succeeding despite you? No. She remains standing. I'm here to give you these. She pulls out a stack of papers. Old websites printouts. Business plans. Photos of two men, our fathers, standing proudly in front of an empty restaurant space. I kept everything, she says. Every dream I destroyed. Every relationship I poisoned. I thought I was protecting you all, making you stronger. By breaking us? Sarah's voice cracks. By controlling us, I correct. But you forgot something, Aunt Linda. You can't control people's truth forever. I know that now. She turns to leave, then pauses. The house is yours, Sienna, truly yours. Use it better than I did. After she's gone, Sarah picks up one of the photos. They looked so happy, so full of dreams. We can be too, I tell her, without her shadow hanging over us. My mother stands. I should go check on Linda, make sure she's actually going to that wellness centre. Let her go, I say. It's not our job to manage her anymore. Once we're alone again, Sarah looks around my office, at the empire I built while they thought I was just playing online. What happens now? She asks. Now? I pull up my calendar. Now I have a TED Women keynote to write. Want to help? I'm thinking of calling it How Family Sabotage Built My Empire. She laughs, really laughs, for what feels like the first time in years. I'd like that, she says. And maybe we could talk about that restaurant chain idea, update it for the digital age. A partnership? A real one this time. No puppet masters. My phone lights up one last time. Flynn again. Ready to show them what you can do without anyone holding you back. I look at Sarah, my cousin, my former enemy, maybe my future partner, at the photo of our fathers and their unfinished dreams, at the empire I built from spite and determination. Ready, I text back, because sometimes the best revenge isn't just succeeding despite them. Sometimes it's succeeding with the very people they tried to turn against you. Sometimes it's rebuilding what they broke, stronger, better, and completely on your own terms. Let's get to work, I tell Sarah. We've got some dreams to rebuild,